I give it all I got. Wanna walk, talk the talk, take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clarity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus, banging on they know they taking notice.
Blow your mind.
Ooh, why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it.
Oh, Henry! It's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, the big man, Derrick Henry, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store.
180. Check. No. Get him.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers a week ago for Kupp: 5 catches, 59 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be caught by Kupp, and this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Roethlisberger, and this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jay Sternberger, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Green 80. 56. Watch the cut. Go 14.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 52 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Hallen Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Derrick Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And we look now at the Lions offense.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense against the pass. Just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Taken in at the 22. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Out comes this offense again, led by Trey Burton. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The throw over the middle, taken in, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Well, that 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And Brake has it over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 10. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. They'll run here with Mack. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger will throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good game. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So out come the Falcons now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Come on now, let's go!
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But there this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Trey Burton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And trotting back out onto the field, Travis Kelce. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing 100 yards.
And haven't we gotten pretty close in this game nowadays in the NFL to almost taking labels off of the tight end position? These guys now can be the #1 option in an offense, and that never used to be.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Roethlisberger into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Caught. Kelce, left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. This complete to Jones. Touchdown, Detroit! Marvin Jones, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll run with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A run by Dixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Alert.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break, all square. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I'm up with the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And it's complete to Kelsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys have now moved out in front.
I think if you pull defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now it's Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Wilson. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Wilson to throw again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Wilson. It's caught. Shepard. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll go again here with Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is taken at the 18.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's going to take off with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson past the 20. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? I'm coming for you.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Henry. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd and a yard. Wilson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Forced out to his left. He's got it, the tight end Jeff Heuerman. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Wilson. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He completes this one to Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Complete to Jones. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They'll run for it. It's Mack, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Here's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Here we go. Like 20.
Throwing now. Roethlisberger on first down. They'll run the screen with Mack. The 20. He got 29 yards that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now it's Roethlisberger. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Wilson wants to throw it. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Atlanta, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to turn things around.